Hi, welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets my nipples. I'm Matt Givens.
And I'm Jeffrey Rappaport.
John McEntee.
Nipples.
Pudding.
In the news.
In the news.
In the news.
Is that really what Jeff Rappaport does? He moves his head like
Yeah,
that?
totally.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Looked like he was blowing somebody. Looked like he was blowing somebody and getting busy at the same time.
Vertigo-inducing head.
If that's me, I'm going to kill myself tomorrow.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Or I'll have to read news about it.
Yeah. Today in Blabbermouth story. So actually in the real news, Slayer is raining blood.
From a lacerated sky?
Is being used in a commercial for Google's new $249 Chromebook from Samsung.
What?
It's part of their ad campaign around a computer for everyone.
Oh.
Including Slayer.
So I actually saw the commercial, and it's actually like really cool. Like it would appeal to like everybody at Chiller Theater.
Okay.
It was like, do you like watching
For Eddie
horror
Deason?
movies? Do you like? It's like all these like cool things. That, like it looked really cool, and throughout the whole thing, they're playing Raining Blood. And then it says from Google. It was like a 30-second commercial, and it says, you know, from Google Chromebook, a $249 computer for a laptop for everybody. First of all, I love the idea of a $249 laptop.
Yeah, that's good.
Laptop. I love the fact that I like what Google does. I think Google's pretty damn cool. They have definitely. Remember, everybody was like Yahoo, and it's like they're completely forgotten, pretty much, right? Like Google came in and just like when they were leading.
You gotta Google that.
Google motherfucking
I
shit!
use the Yahoo email, so that's one good thing about them.
Usually, I have a Yahoo account as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you go to do a search, what do you use?
Google.
Right. Is there anybody that uses Yahoo?
No, I don't.
Only Yahoos.
Yeah.
I don't. Hotmail.
So what do you think of Slayer teaming up with Google and Samsung?
Hey, get that cheddar, man.
Well, I never
Stack
would have
that
thought a
bank.
day that Slayer would be part of such a big corporation. It's strange how things change.
Isn't it?
It's amazing. It's not. It's
Even Metallica, I've talked about with friends of mine. It's like, just I remember them being this underground band,
right now they're like the biggest band in the world.
and nobody that I knew that I was
Death
friends
Clock.
like some of my buddies in school was like, ugh, screaming stuff.
Yeah.
Screaming stuff.
Don't you remember though?
That's your band name.
Screaming
Screaming
stuff.
stuff. Screamshin.
Screaming
Yeah.
shit.
Don't you remember though back in the day when you were playing like back in the '80s when you'd play like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden or somebody was like, oh my god,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, like it's like
That's so tame, man.
Right, right.
I remember like hiding like Exciter, Violence and Force from my mother because of that album cover.
I did that with
the
Exodus
hand
Fabulous
coming
Disaster.
through the door.
yeah.
I mean, Exciter nowadays is like wimpy compared to stuff. I mean, for me, Exciter that was.
It's funny, like I said, like I remember listening to Iron Maiden, my mom was like, oh, I can't listen to that so loud. Oh, you listen to it now, it's like rock
It's
music.
like, it's a classic rock almost.
You listen to some of these like say even like these Hot Topic bands, whether you hate them or like them, they're still heavier than that was.
Yeah, balls out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what though? They'll never be as heavy as Judas Priest though. Or
Yeah.
Iron Maiden because they have no attitude.
Right. I mean, they don't have the class. They'll never be as talented. That's for sure.
I remember
For sure.
my mother buying me an Incantation album. And my grandmother bought me a Cannibal Corpse CD as well.
Was it the one with the intro
They were
to
cool.
Virgin's Con?
No, it was the one with Orgasm Through Torture.
Love it.
This is actually a true story. It's funny you mentioned about Incantation. I keep forgetting.
Weird. Why
did
did we even talk about that band?
I don't know because I have no idea. But this is a true story, and I keep forgetting to tell you this story. When I first started dating Maria, as my wife, she went and bought me. She knew I was into metal. She went and bought me an Incantation long sleeve T-shirt
Nice.
at what was that place?
Rock and Roll Plus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
South Street.
She came in and she's like, look. And I was like, oh my God. Like it was like how many people like that? That's like one of the first things that she ever bought me.
So you knew she was a keeper.
How did you know?
She just thought it looked cool. And she,
This looks
she-
like a metal
It's got a
band.
goat on it.
Yeah.
It's gotta be cool.
Yeah.
It's got a goat.
And Matt says he remembers
Being blown by
I
an
Yeah, I
angel.
remember you wearing this shirt.
I used to wear the shirt all the time.
All the freaking
yeah,
time.
yeah. That's why I finally outgrew it because I'm so big now.
You went through a long sleeve T-shirt phase, really, where you were like all about those.
Yeah.
That was-
Long
that was
sleeve
great.
T-shirt.
But that was one of the first gifts ever for my wife was your band's T-shirt.
Awesome.
And I keep
You have
forgetting to tell you the
excellent
story, but that's a true story. Out of all the bands you could have picked,
Rock and Roll
right?
Plus. Wow.
Yeah. Did you ever go to that store when it was existent?
I think so. Yeah.
My
Used to
old
have
manager
gauntlets.
used to work there in the late '80s, and she also was the person responsible for booking a lot of the shows in G. Willikers. If you ever- Ann Bowman. I don't know if you remember Ann.
Anne Marie Bowman.
Ann Marie Bowman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I love when I
Who
say
else
something.
do you
Come
like?
on, give me. I love when I say something and Russell gives me one of those. Good job, Jeff.
I just do that to everything, and I really
You're
have
checking
no
his
idea
credit.
what you're talking about.
You were totally judging him the whole time.
You were.
Oh yeah, totally.
But in a positive way. You're
Yeah.
checking his mental credit. And
Yeah, every time I get a good metal credit, he's like,
yeah, I don't
Okay,
know
so
anything.
what was the segment
Seriously.
on this? I even forget.
Slayer.
we're about Slayers.
Slayer.
So
Venom.
I think it's totally cool. I saw the
Yeah,
commercial.
man, get that money.
You know,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
had
Fuck it.
something
You have two
totally off the wall,
commercials.
but this is to do with Slayer, and this goes to show where things have changed, you know. But I went to go see Slayer at the Tower Theater, and it was Slayer,
Biohazard
Overkill,
and
and
Machine
Motorhead. It was
Oh.
South of Heaven tour, which is the last time I actually ever seen Slayer. But I remember showing up at the show, and there was a line of kids just screaming Slayer, Slayer, you know. And these two poser guys showed up. Were wearing like white boots and spandex and hair sticking out, and all I just remember is one guy in the line go, "Poser, kill him," and then half the line just chased after these two poser guys running with their big boots, and then you see the poser guys drop, and then this guy's stomping on them, and I just remember like, yeah, kill him, you know. But I don't know.
It's
just,
not very
it
lovely.
You don't
came
feel
to
like that
mind,
anymore,
Slayer,
though.
and it's just weird that, you know, Slayer is
Inspires
such a
people to stomp posers.
big,
Yeah.
big band today.
But one thing about Slayer is cool is they really have stuck to their whether the material is as good as
Dude.
it used to be or not. They've stuck to their
I
craft.
liked the last time.
Diabolus and Musica.
I like all the. You didn't like it? No.
I liked it for what it was.
I haven't liked anything Slayer's. I mean, even South of Heaven to me was like, it's a good album. I like it. After that,
But on South of Care.
still better than anything Metallica
Right.
has done.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
But they haven't gone out and released like a pop album.
Whatever,
or an
yeah, they-
anthem
you
album,
know,
I'll give them that. For
They're
sure.
awesome.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
I love them. I think that's what I
enjoyed
enjoy seeing them.
They have
I
two
should go see
commercials
him. It's
now.
only been like 20-something years
Yeah.
since I've seen Slayer.
I saw him once. It was a shitty hate breed. I didn't even get to see them in that. Ugh.
I'm not a Hatebreed fan.
Slayer's in
No,
two
neither.
commercials now.
What's the other commercial?
The other one is for like
For Slayer.
like the news or something. There's this weird guy who has long hair, but he's completely bald on top.
What song?
I don't even know, but he's wearing a Slayer shirt. He like rips off a fake suit and then like he's broadcasting from his room.
In
And
hell.
yeah, and he's wearing like a Slayer shirt, and he's like, "Mom!" Like so he screams
I
for
haven't
his
seen
mother. It's pretty funny.
I like Slayer Church. Have you ever
Sort
seen
of
that?
interweb.
Slayer
No.
Church.
Yeah, it's like this video where like they play Angel of Death, and it's all these people like in church dancing.
Oh
around.
yeah,
You
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that video?
Isn't there another one? There's another one somebody made. John
Christmas
Lithgow
lights?
actually posted. No, it just says Satan. Everything is Satan, 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 Satan. And they're like every song of Slayer like says Satan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every
Yeah.
time he says
It's
Satan.
awesome.
I think I remember
Play
reading
a drinking
something
game with it.
that that in one of their albums, I think it was South of Heaven, that they released it, and Rick Rubin said you have to say Satan at least once, so they added it in.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember.
Times the King of saying Satan.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Kronos is good at it too.
Yeah, that's true.
I like how he rolls his R's.
Ooh, Kronos?
Yeah. I mean, I could never do that. Can you do that? Can you roll your R's?
Hell.
Yeah, can you do it? You sound like more like Kitty Cat.
I have cats. What do you want? That's
You
Chewbacca.
sound more like a Star Wars creature.
That was a goat and a Wookiee fucking.
Sexy Wookiee.
Yeah. So that's what I think about Slayer.
I think pudding.
It makes me think of pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
On and on, south of pudding.
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
Mom.
Pudding.
But dang.